Hey friends, I know I'm a little bit early on this video, but we are going to be sharing my eyeshadow palettes for December, everything that I have used, and we're going to attempt to rank them in order from least favorite to favorite. It's all relative because I love all these palettes. It's just relative to each other. If you are new here, this is something that I do every month where I take all the eyeshadow palettes that I have worn for that month. I keep track of them and I include pictures for you of all the looks that I've created with these palettes just to give you an idea of it and kind of bring the rankings alive a little bit more. So if you want to see what all I've used in December, stick around and we'll dive right on in. All right, guys, so welcome. I am Cher and I am a little early, like I said, but it's because it's the holidays. We are like 2 days away from Christmas and I am heading out of the country. And so I'm just trying to go ahead now and get any videos done that I can. And I do have a few of these like monthly staples type videos that it's routine. We do this every month. So I wanted to continue and get this one to you before I leave. So excited. I definitely was able to get some new palettes this month, a couple that I have been wanting forever. So it was a really good month in palettes and I am going to share. So I don't want to take too long and have this turn into a very long video. So we are going to go ahead and dig right on in. So I think I counted about 17 palettes. Actually, I take that back. There's actually 20. I left quite a few out that I forgot to put on the list. So I'm putting this little segment in there to let you know it's 20 palettes this month. And you guys are, I'm sure by now, you know what is coming in last place. That usually comes in last place if you follow this video every month. And that is the ColourPop Little Quad. This is called the Down to Earth. And I use it every month because I use it for eyeliner. I don't do a lot of like liquid eyeliner, just at 46. Like I find that taking a nice dark eyeshadow color really works a lot better for me. It lasts longer. It's easier to control. You can kind of smudge it out, make it a little bit lighter. It just, I really prefer this method. So this palette is like the perfect one that even though it's designed to be more of maybe a smoky eye color, it's perfect for like eyeliner for me because I have the choice of all these dark shades. I can either do black or dark brown or a lighter brown, and you've got varying degrees of colors there. So this is primarily what I use for my eyeliner usually. And so I love it and it's functional, but it's not as exciting being that I just use it for eyeliner. So it usually comes in last place, but it doesn't mean I don't really love it and it's not really useful. All right, and then the next palette, which it was a combined look that I did. I tried out this adorable little palette. It's called Decalu, if you pronounce that right. Blooming Your Own Beauty. I got this in the Medusa's Makeup Beauty Box, and I thought that this was so cute, and the colors were so stunning, and this was just very Cher-like. Like I love this kind of a palette. But then I paired it with this little like pigment topper from Medusa's Makeup. This is actually from their line. It says 03 on the back, so it's this beautiful like pink sparkly single eyeshadow, and then paired with this. I loved these colors in it, but I didn't feel like it was super pigmented on this, so it was cute and it made a very nice like subtle pink with pink shimmers. I really love it though. Still, I definitely still wear it. It's just maybe compared to all the other palettes I have this month, it ranks pretty low, but it was a very cute idea. All right, next, I just wore this ColourPop single. It's one of their Super Shock shadows, and this one's called In the Saddle. I think I got it maybe in my ColourPop mystery box, if I remember that correctly, but I just wanted it by itself on my eyes, just something pretty and pink and sparkly, and so it was nice, but it's just one color, so you know, it's not like really ultra exciting when you only stick to that. I forgot that I actually had used the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collab from a long time ago. This is the Bling Boss palette. A lot of pinks and purple and burgundy. So I whipped this one out too again. I just wanted like a much darker, deeper color story vibe. I think I still stuck to my favorites though. These are like my favorite three. You can see how I'm getting closer to panning that color right there, which rarely happens in my palettes. I don't usually hit pan because I have such a collection of them, but that is like my favorite color and shimmer. So I hadn't used this one in a while, and I used to love it, but I think now I'm like, I just have so many other palettes that how they compare to it is not quite the same. It's okay, but you know, I definitely have others that are favorites more than this one now. The next palette, or it's more of a combo that I did, that is the Natasha Denona Rose and Wood palette that we got in Ipsy. I've got it in the Boxy Charm, I think. And then I also got this BYOD, Be Your Own Desire. It's like a crayon, like eyeshadow stick. And honestly, I loved this stick. Like I should be ranking more based on each one individually, maybe. But how I wore it was I paired the palette with the stick. And to be honest, like I love my Natasha Denona, don't get me wrong. But like, you know, it made like a standard kind of rosy, like neutral color. But when I added this, that is what excited me, was that pop of shimmer. It was gorgeous and stunning for the holidays. So this is what really made it exciting. But I was very happy to own this. It's just maybe compared to a lot of my other palettes again. And we all talked about how these palettes like this that come in Ipsy, and I think it was an Ipsy exclusive one, that they're actually larger than some of her regular mini palettes. And I just think it's stunning. Like the packaging, it definitely feels different than some of her other little mini ones. So very happy that I got it. It's just ranking lower than all these amazing other palettes that I tried this month. Okay, and then another really good one, I got these in the Trend Mood box, the last one that I got, volume 28. I have 29 on the way, and I've been hearing a couple of you guys have gotten your boxes, so I'm so excited. I hope that means I'm going to get mine before I leave. But anyway, from volume 28, these two items were in it. I love Sigma, so I was thrilled to get this. It's the Peach Pie, and then this Ilia is an eyeshadow, like a liquid eyeshadow. And so I actually just paired them together. This is neat, but it's a little dark. Like I would probably not wear it that much by itself because I don't really wear my eyes like that, where it's kind of a just chocolate brown all over the eyes. But I will say Pantone color mousse, I think it's like mocha mousse, if I'm saying that right, is the Pantone color of the year. So I would say that this is your perfect mocha mousse color, honestly. But anyway, I paired them together. I made this more my base and then did this on the eyes as well. And I think that's really fun and pretty. I love the peachy colors. I love the Sigma formula, but it's a little quad, so there's not like a lot of colors. And so I think it makes just a fabulous like everyday look, or if you're going for that mocha mousse look, definitely perfect for that. All right, the next one is the Off Melrose from ColourPop, and I got this for sure in my mystery box, and this was the only palette that I didn't like already own, so I wanted to try it all out, and I really loved it. It's got a lot of the perfect colors for me, so really pretty. I will definitely continue to use these. I love it's like you've got a little bit of more pastel shades, but then you've got some that are like warmer tone too. Just, I think it's a nice little mix of everything. And then I also have been on a big Tarte kick lately because I got, which you'll see in a little while, I got a Tarte palette I absolutely loved and I'm obsessed. And I had also done a Black Friday Tarte haul, all the sales they were having at Tarte. And then I also had recently done the Tarte mystery box. And so I think I've just been kind of reliving my Tarte love. So I went back to my Tartelette in Bloom. I started off using this palette a lot on clients because it's just a perfect set of like neutrals, you know, with a little bit of smoky in there too, a little pinky leaning at times. And so, but now I keep it for myself for my own personal use. And I still like it. I feel like the formula though, and some of the palettes we'll talk about in a little while, are better than this one. Like this is a pretty like OG palette, and I don't think it's as buttery and pigmented and amazing as a couple of the ones we'll talk about soon. But it's still a really good one, good for neutrals. And this is like one of my first babies that I used for clients, so it's very sentimental for me too. All right, and then I couldn't do the holidays without my holiday palettes. And so this is the Too Faced It's the gingerbread, I think, or it basically came out at the holidays one year, and I still really like it. It just makes like a lot of the colors I love. I think I may have gone with that this time, if I remember correctly. I don't know. It's got like your pinks and some neutrals and some purples, and it's just very pretty. It's kind of got this like frosted holidays feel to it, in my opinion. And so I've continued to enjoy this palette. I wore it yesterday, I think. Yeah, it was yesterday. We went and had our Christmas already with my husband's family. And so I wore it to be festive and full of holiday cheer. Okay, and then we have the Ciete London Spice Palette. So if you've been around, you'll know that I really have liked the formula in Ciete London. I like a lot of their palettes. I'm a little annoyed with Ciete London right now though, because I'm still waiting on their mystery box. Guys, we ordered it like a month and a half ago, and it still has not budged. It's sitting in like the New Jersey post office. I have emailed them twice. I can't figure out who to contact, like a phone number to call. I think the only one I found was in London or in the UK. And so I can't find a US number. If anybody has any tips to get a hold of them, I appreciate it. They've responded to one of my emails saying they were checking into it, but they have not responded since then. That was like 2 weeks ago. I'm really upset. I want my money back if they're not going to get me my palette, but I can't hunt anybody down. Anyway, I digress. So normally I love Ciete London, and I like a lot of their palettes. So I was excited about that mystery box. I wanted more from them. And so this palette is one of the ones I love. It's the Spice palette. A lot of like burgundies and golds. It is so holiday. It just feels like the holidays with the burgundies and the golds there. It's like garland on the tree. And I love that it can also offer a lighter pinky look, like especially with that shimmer right there. So I have actually used this so many times, and I still love this palette. And I especially like to bring it out during the fall and like holiday season. So here's another one that I almost forgot. This is the Huda Beauty Creamy Obsessions palette that I also got with the Black Friday deal. It was a free one for me, and I forgot I tried it all out. I actually took this one on my little mini trip to Ocala for the holidays and all, and the Highland Games we did down there, and it worked out as a nice little handy traveling companion. Really liked it. You know, that shimmer right there in the middle is what I love the most in this, but it definitely gives that like mauvey, creamy, taupey, rusty kind of look on the eyes. And I had really been wanting this palette, so I'm so excited that I did get it now. So yeah, I was happy with it. Okay, and then I wore this Dior palette. I actually wore it to my husband's Christmas party. I just kind of went subtle Dior for the night. I didn't go crazy with like a red lip and bold wings or anything. I just wore really pretty pinks. And so this was what I rocked on my eyes, and I don't remember what lippy I used. I think I just had a nice pink lippy or something. And I wore very subtle lashes and just kind of felt pretty and festive. It wasn't like a super fancy party, but it was, you know, dress up a little bit. And I had my cranberry top on that I'd gotten through my Stitch Fix. It was the perfect place to wear it to. And so I enjoyed Dior as like my official office party look. Okay, and then I wore my Natasha Denona Golden palette, which I think is still very good for the holidays. We all want gold on the eyes and like party mode, you know, like golden tinsel off the tree, but on our eyes. So anyway, I did go with a little bit more of the yellow tones in this one, or like golden tones. Where did I wear this to? I wore this somewhere Christmassy. I think it was one of our field trips with my son where we went and just enjoyed the holiday magic. And it was also what I had on my eyes when I was talking about the red lip. So I paired this with that red lip, and this was the palette. All right, and then we come to the palette I'm wearing today, and that's the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Verse palette. This is so beautiful. And I just, you know, I'm in my like winter mode. It's finally cold again in Florida for a few days. It's not going to be as cold on Christmas, I don't think, but at least these few days before, it's so cozy and I love it so much. I'm trying to embrace the cold weather while it lasts. And I'm not going to have any cold weather when we are in Costa Rica either. I'll try not to complain. I mean, hello, I'm in Costa Rica. But there is a part of me that's like, I don't get to enjoy the cold for very long. So I'm trying to milk it for all it's worth. So I have my cozy sweatshirt on and I just felt like this was where I was at with these like icy pastel colors. I don't feel like it shows up on my eyes as well though. Like this is very subtle of a formula. It's not ultra pigmented, but it has like just really pretty colors in it. It's very icy pastels. Okay, I struggled really hard with the next two, trying to figure out what order I would rank them in because I love them both kind of equally, but they're quite different. And they're both from Tarte. I told y'all I was in my Tarte era right now. So the Tartelette Juicy palette, we got this in the Icon box with Ipsy. This was the Lisa Vanderpump pick. And it's just so beautiful because it's all pinks with a little bit of neutral and even a touch of gold in there. And it's just so many of the colors that just scream share. And I just love the look with this, all the pink. So this has become a favorite palette. I had, or just a little above that, is the Tarte Sweet Tart palette. I had gotten this one, or this is the Sweet Tart Cravings is the name of it, because I think there's a couple other Sweet Tart palettes. So this one specifically is Cravings, and this is what it looks like. It looks like a box of chocolates to me or something. What I love about this one and why I ranked it just a little higher than the Juicy is it's so buttery. Like the formula is amazing in this. It's so buttery and pigmented, like a lot more pigmented. This one does offer more warm tones than I thought. So this is kind of my sugar and spice palette too, that I've been liking for the holidays also. Like I feel like it looks like a little like almost like a gingerbread house too, right? The design and everything. And it feels that way on the eyes also. So I think I ranked this just a little higher than my all pink Juicy palette, but I'm obviously like loving Tarte right now. Okay, we're getting down to the top four. These are just such favorites. So I have Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Nouveau palette. I still absolutely love this one. And speaking of the formula, like I just feel like the formula in this one is so much better than some of their other OG palettes that I own too. But this one's just so special. I think it's just the extra shimmers that are in it. And it just has that kind of rusty, but also like, it's like a mix of fall and spring to me. Just the perfect colors and the formula too, and those shimmers, they just really look beautiful on my eyes. So this continues to be one of my favorites that I reach for often. And I can't believe I'm ranking this in third place because it's kind of been at the top of the charts for me lately. That is the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. And I also love the I Need a Nude. I just didn't use it this month, I don't think. I did wear this one to my best friend's wedding. Just the warm tones in here are so me. I love those like copper tones they make. And I just feel like even though it's not all neutrals, but you can still make some neutrals, I like the neutrals this one makes even better than my I Need a Nude sometimes. They're just a little warmer leaning, and sometimes I just feel like that looks better on me and they pop a little bit more. So this continues to be a favorite. It's been at the top for me, like the top favorite for a while. But I think the fact that I just got two new palettes that I had been wanting forever, I'm just so excited about them still. And they're the ones I'm constantly reaching for, wanting to play with. So my poor girl Natasha got knocked down just a little bit. So we're going to share my top two now. At number 2 is the Pretty Grunge palette from Huda Beauty. I'm just so excited about this because I've been wanting it so long, and then it was such a mega deal on her site that I said, finally, I can get it. It really leans a little more purple. Like it makes a lot more like lavendery purple looks than I thought. There's some pinks, and of course that smoky, dark, grungy, you know, vibe that they're all going for. But I've just enjoyed it so much. Yeah, I think because of the fact that it makes so many purples, that's the only reason it's not my number one. I like purples, but they're not at the top of what I want to make. But it is just so beautiful, and I'm just so, so happy that I own it now. All right, are you guys ready for my number one? Have you guessed it? I'm wondering for those especially who watch my channel a lot and you can remember some of the palettes that I've been trying out this month. You probably already know what's coming. The Tarte Maneater. I just love it. So this is another one I was able to grab for really cheap, really on the cheap from the Tarte sale. That was a Black Friday sale they had also. This is just, it's like my dream palette. Look at all the pink in it, but then it has some warmer tones like copper. You've got gold, you got a little pop of green, and you have black and darker brown that you can use for a little more smoky. You got a little purple, but lots of pink. It's so beautiful. It's so perfect. And I have had the best time playing with this. And I know a lot of you guys own it as well, either just that you've bought on your own through Tarte or through Ipsy, because I know it was a Beauty Boost product and probably like an add-on at some point for you guys too. But man, I just love this palette. I'm so in love with it this month. So this has definitely been the one. This is the winner. They are all winners though. It's okay, babies. You're all winners in my eyes. I love you all. You're all my babies. So a lot of good ones. I really didn't have ones that I disliked. It was just, I had to rank them relative to each other. So it was an exciting month of some really good palettes. Yeah, so a few new ones and then the rest some newer ones. And then a few OG or original ones that I've been loving for a while and just wanted to wear them with the holidays and the winter vibes and all of that. So did you guys agree? First of all, did you guess it? And second, did you agree with some of my picks? And what has been your favorite eyeshadow palette of the month? I'm thinking this could be my last video before I leave for Costa Rica. It depends on if a couple of the boxes I've been waiting on come in tomorrow or not. But if this is my, I don't want to say my last video before Costa Rica, I want to wish you all happy holidays. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your 2024, and I will see you over in 2025. Bye.